Hey everybody, it's Saturday morning and this is my 125 gallon tank. Normally when we see this tank it's a lot more active because I'm feeding it, but today we just got the lights turned on and everybody's still kind of freaking out from the sudden sunrise, and everybody's going to kind of get used to the day being here and settling in. What I want to talk about, however, is a nightmare I had last night. Dreams are hard to remember a lot of times after you wake up, and I actually remember this one, so I wanted to talk about it while it's still fresh in my mind. I'll spare you all the weirdness of dreams of how, it was very much this tank and my tank, but it was in front of a couch at a childhood friend's house and it was being used as a coffee table, all that weird kind of stuff. But it was this tank, and I was sitting there thinking about it, and I decided I wanted to set up a new tank. And it didn't mean I wanted to take this one down or anything. I wasn't going to replace this tank. I just decided I wanted to set up another tank. So I had something in my hand, a piece of metal or a piece of rock or something, and I wound up going over to the edge of the tank and just kind of giving it a thump right on the seam, except the seams were metal, not glass. And the whole thing buckled in and crunched, and I panicked because I was afraid the glass was going to break, and so I ran out of the room, and when I came back in, the tank was gone. And I was like, what happened? The tank was gone. Of course, when I came back in, we were now in here in my fish room and no longer, in my childhood friend's house. And when I looked down, I could see where the fish tank used to be, and there was just some glass on the floor. And then I noticed a skirt tetra, which isn't even in this tank, but there was some skirt tetras flopping around on the carpet. And then I realized, oh my God, the tank must have exploded. The fish must be everywhere. And so I started scrabbling around the room trying to find the fish. And my Tanapoma here was actually walking. He was using his little front pectoral fins, and he was standing upright and just sort of walking across the floor, looking for water. So I was able to pick him up and get him in a bucket. And then as the dream progressed, it went to, I had everybody in buckets and was trying to put water in the buckets before the fish died. And for some reason, no matter how much cold water I was putting in the buckets, the water in the buckets was really bath water warm, and I kept freaking out that the fish were going to die and I couldn't get the water cold enough. And then I woke up. And then my dog had to go and pee in the kitchen floor, and I had to clean that up. So that was my morning. I had a nightmare about my fish tank. I shattered it, I broke it and damaged it deliberately, and then I was panicking trying to save all my fish. I don't know where the water went. There was no water on the floor in here at all. It was just little bits of pieces of broken glass. It was like window pane glass, and it was probably enough glass to make about a soda bottle, worth of glass. So where a 125-gallon aquarium worth of glass went, I don't know. But as I said, you know how dreams are. So anyway, that was just an odd one. I very seldom remember my dreams, and I don't ever remember having a dream about my fish or my fish tanks or anything, especially having a nightmare like that of my tank shatter. I often joke about having nightmares of coming down in the morning and finding a tank full of dead fish or something like that, but those are the, what I think of as the waking nightmare. This was a genuine bona fide nightmare. I woke up in a panic thinking all my fish were dead. So there you go. That was where I started my Saturday morning, and we've got up to 5 inches of sleet and snow coming this afternoon, so I'm probably going to end it up down here as well. So thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. I do have a few things I want to get done today. In particular, I have a video I want to shoot about the little light bulb I have in my crab tank over here on the floor. I don't have it turned on right now because it puts too much glare on the aquarium we were just looking at, and it would have made the video we just watched very difficult. So shortly I'm going to be shooting a video about the lighting in this tank, so make sure you're subscribed and you won't miss any of that. So thanks again for watching. I will leave you with my little 29-gallon miscellaneous tank. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.